He's an entrepreneur, a product leader. He's the VP of Business Operations at WazirX India, who we have all heard about, and also part of the core team and creator of the Born to Die game. And now a little bit about Born to Die game. It is a AAA FPS game in the Metaverse, where gamers fight against the environment and each other to complete various challenges or missions to unlock teleportation and even time travel in the Metaverse. So are we ready to hear from Rashmi, who is the VP at WazirX India and also one of the creators of Born to Die game? Of course we are. We can't wait. Rashmi, welcome. It's an absolute pleasure having you here, and glad to hear what you have to share with us today.
Hey everyone, hi Tananya. Thanks for having me here. It's a great honor and a privilege to speak here. Great discussions prior to this. Loved every aspect of it. Happy to share my thoughts, my knowledge on gaming, and take any questions that come after. So I guess I'll get started then. So I always do this before I start. I don't know if I have a way to share my screen and show a video. It's a 1.5 minute video. So that will set the context. Few of you might have seen the videos going around.
Yes.
This is an actual gameplay video, which is Born to Die gameplay with different environments, different maps, different setups being shown, and different weapons, obviously, getting used. So we'll skip through. Riding cars, vehicles is also included. I'll skip through to, let's say, compilation of different moves. Okay, I hope you like that video. So now let me talk a little bit more about gaming. So if I start, so when we started Web2 gaming, it essentially started with small games, arcade games of sorts, which we saw on Web2. And slowly we started becoming more and more mature and went towards AAA gaming. We have seen a lot of AAA games. We play a lot of AAA games. I have played games since 2000, so for 20 years now. Although not a pro gamer, I do not play competitively, but I play for leisure. I play to de-stress myself, and I play one or the other game every day. So what it means is the kind of games that you see in blockchain today is probably what was on Web2 10, 15 years back. And we're starting that journey again, but the journey on blockchain is not going to take 15 years. It's probably going to take about 2 years before we start seeing really high quality game coming on blockchain. One of the most talked about or recommended thoughts on blockchain gaming by pure gamers are like, those are for kids, those are not really games, there are no skill involved. If you talk about an Axie Infinity, you don't really need a skill to play the game. It is a turn-based tile which is there. There are different genres of game coming, and there are different adoption curves coming in. Now, while we talk about that, I think what we need to take a step back and understand is like what are the challenges that we see in the blockchain game, and why are these challenges there today, and how long will it take to overcome these challenges? Now, obviously, as a market matures or a market opportunity starts, not matures, but still opportunity starts, we'll be finding very quick adopters who would be bringing in games which will start to cash on or kind of show that the market is existing and break that glass ceiling. We have been hearing about play-to-earn games for quite some time, but until Axie Infinity, no one really showed what it is, the potential is at scale. Right? Axie Infinity, though a shitty game by any means you can talk about. I'm talking as a gamer, not as a in general. I tried Axie Infinity, never loved liked it, but it essentially showed the potential of play-to-earn game, and that unlocked the entire play-to-earn gaming space, right? And I think that is what a big thing. Why is primarily because what happens from here on is play-to-earn game is no longer a fallacy, no longer a thought that it might happen. It's actually it's happening in real world, and it has been proven that it's working. While it works, there are a couple of things that happens alongside. One side is the quality of the games, the timelines of the games, the kind of projects that are getting launched are having a very long time frame to go out to the public. All these are some practical issues, and that will get sorted by itself over time. I don't think there is a lot more issues there pending person. It's just that a matter of time before it can go out. Right? That's one part. The other side of the...
Before you start, your voice is echoing. Could you please fix your mic?
Not sure why. Let me do one thing. Is this any better? Or not really?
No, it's the same.
No. Okay, I'll take off my Bluetooth. This should be fine, I guess.
Yes, much better. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so now we, so where was I? Okay, so now as we get into the gaming space today in 2022, 2021, we saw play-to-earn unlock. Now 2022, what we'll see is real high-class gaming coming into picture for all of the users. Well, they'll start using these high-class games for and bringing in the economy, bringing in the play-to-earn aspects of the game, and start rolling out to users. Now that itself is a big deal. However, there is one bigger challenge that we saw which needs to be solved, and very few people are starting to. Quite a few people are starting to talk about it. It's the economic design of all games, right? And there are two points I'll put it over here before I go forward, right? Now, when we talk about a play-to-earn games, it's such a big opportunity. So globally, the gaming online gaming is about $250 billion market. But with the play-to-earn coming in, that economy size is going to explode. Probably to there's an expectation might go to $500 billion, but I also believe there is an opportunity and a real shot at becoming a $1 trillion industry in gaming because of play-to-earn. The adoption and everything is going to become really, really big. There is a big issue which is going to be a blocker there, which is the economic design around it. Now, I think. This was mentioned previously also by the speaker that the best way to design the economy today is to have a zero-sum economy, right? So people are betting against each other. Someone is winning, someone is losing. But if we look at the history of crypto, a zero-sum is not something which is going to take things longer. We need to design an economy which is essentially building things and blowing things out of proportion in a way, right? Or creating new wealth in the industry, in the ecosystem. Now, for that to happen, the economy design has to happen from scratch. And most of the Web2 games, the way it is built, has to be redesigned from ground zero. And only then the economy is going to sustain itself. If that is not the case, the two of the things will happen. A, we might see hyperinflation, like we see in the case of Axie Infinity, where the value of the tokens crashed like anything. And once the value of the tokens crashes, you will have users who are no longer interested to play the game. One thing that I firmly believe in is users will play start or playing the game for the rewards or for the earnings that is coming in, but they will continue to play for the game, right? Now, if the rewards crash and the game is not enticing enough, they will move on to a different game. Axie Infinity might have survived so long because there has not been a game at that scale while they were there. But in 2022, the choices for the users are going to be plentiful. And in that plentiful of choices, they will be going for economy design and gameplay design and choosing the best of the best. And only those will survive, others will not. So that said, I say this when I speak in general. So today we find a big rush towards NFTs, and there's a big hype of NFT. But my belief is 99% of these NFTs that we see today will not exist in the next 3 to 5 years. Similarly, there is a big rush of games. Hundreds of games are getting launched every month. But in 3 to 5 years, again, 90% of this, 99% of these games will not exist in the game space, primarily because they might not have solved the problem of economy and they would have crash landed, right? So here comes the opportunity. India as a country has got a lot of talent in terms of game design. We have got developers across multiple cities, game studios across multiple cities. However, we haven't seen a real AAA game or a big game come out of India, either in the AAA market or in the mobile gaming market. And we have mostly played games made from other countries. I think that is an area where we could see a lot of improvement. I hope we see a lot of improvement and we see that India emerges as a powerhouse in gaming. And second, whoever solves the problem of economy first, where thriving economy can be designed and which is not just having a zero-sum game, but actually creating wealth, like we have seen multiple cryptos are doing, that is also going to be really, really important and uh, and probably show the pave the path for the next games to come in. These are the two areas in which there's a lot of opportunity, and I hope to see a lot more things coming in. We are taking a shot at it on both sides with Born to Die game. We are solving the quality of the game for sure. You have already seen the video and the gameplay there. That is something that it took about 2 years to build without trying to go and take the money first, like most other projects do, being old class or a old school founder for, so to say, product first, money, community, fundraise second. So we build the product first, and now we're going about the community. And we have done some interesting things around the economy as well. And I have got like a firm faith that this is the kind of model which is going to go forward and start solving economy at scale. Even when millions of users come in to play a game, there should not be hyperinflation, neither should be there hyperdeflation coming into the market. And the balanced economy is what is going to move forward. So I will be happy to answer any questions if there are any.
Quite a few questions, actually, Rashmi. Okay, I'll just start shooting them away at you. So, gaming in consoles like PS5 or Xbox has huge audiences, and it has reached wider audiences across the globe now as well, right? So, even then, will these blockchain games evolve? And what's so special in blockchain gaming that is going to make it more attractive even for traditional gamers?
Okay. So let me put it this way, right? I think the one way how we are seeing blockchain game is A versus B. I don't think there is going to be a world where we go forward. It'll be A versus B. We will play a Web 2 game or a Web 3 game. That's not a choice that users are going to make between those two. They're still going to make choices based on which game to play. I like this game, game A versus game B, or that's not going to be based on the tech platform per se. It's a blockchain or a non-blockchain game. Blockchain in this case, as a technology, will hopefully be coming into the background and will just happen. And 90% of the users will not even know if it is using a blockchain or a non-blockchain game. That's how we'll go towards in the future, right? Why are you going to play the game? The question or the answer is going to be very simple. That game is probably giving far better experience, far better immersive gameplay, and far better retention than any other games. Yes, blockchain game would have an added advantage over the Web2 games, where they would be able to, there will be users would be able to spend time and earn over a period of time, get rewards or earning. Now, what that would do is it will probably unlock a new era of industry where people will can play game, let's say 8 to 10 hours a day, and make a living out of it. Now, the quality of the living, the amount of the living is, it could be something as good as taking some pocket money, or as good as getting a salary and hence improving the entire economic paradigm over there. We will see various degrees of that, and how it is going to play out is anyone's guess at this moment. I personally believe that if we can make a gameplay where we can have a good segment of users coming and gaming and building an economy around that, that is like work, and you are working, you are using your skill, you are using your time to mint tokens, and around that, if economy design is strong enough, there will be a lot more thriving industry around it. Now, that's the first, second part of the question which you asked, right? Now, on the first part of the questions, consoles, I think we have already heard Microsoft Xbox saying that they will be adopting Metaverse. They will be, they are open to blockchain integration and play-to-earn integration into the gamings. And I think I am hearing Xbox is also having similar discussions around in their, sorry, not Xbox, PlayStation is also having a similar discussions around in their arena, right? Before next year, I'm pretty sure we'll first start seeing some play-to-earn games on console. Hopefully, with fingers crossed, I hope that Born to Die becomes the first game in the first-person shooter on the console with a play-to-earn aspect of things.
Super. Okay, so the next one, Rashmi, so is the current regulatory system is pretty complicated, and there are a lot of restrictions probably coming up. So what are your views on that? What are the kinds of winds of change that you are foreseeing, or how would you tackle this? And would crypto gaming or blockchain gaming be affected by this entire zone?
So is this a question for the gaming, or is this a question was WazirX?
No, it's let's stick to the gaming part of it. We'll keep WazirX out of this one.
I get this question all the time as a part of WazirX, and I think crypto gaming. If I let's focus on the crypto gaming aspect. I think there will be a lot more opportunities, lot more discussions around this. There would be a seesaw battle between authorities and products startups coming up. Now, the reason is very simple. This is I don't think this as an industry has got any. I mean, people can stop it anymore. This is now out. Why? At the least, what will happen is decentralized play-to-earn games will be out there, and there is no way anyone can stop it. You cannot stop an internet. You cannot stop decentralized play-to-earn gaming, right? Now, in case of centralized gaming, there could be some regulations, some requirements, some checks that authorities might ask for. And I believe that the future of gaming will be something in between a decentralized system and a centralized system. We are not yet at that kind of scale in blockchain that we can have a complete decentralized gaming. I don't think the scale or the latency or any of those things are going to support that on blockchain yet. So technologically, we are not there. So we will see a combination of centralized and decentralized gaming. Now, with that, regulations will also kick in, and there will be certain checks and balances which will be in there to see how to play around with that. Even at Born to Die, we are exploring different aspects around that. It's a pretty complicated scenario. I cannot say which way or how it is going to get designed, but I hope that clarity comes sooner than later. I think one of the things that we might see is that one or two countries which will be enterprising enough across the globe will start giving this access to users, saying that, or to projects or to startups, saying that, hey, we are open for play to earn gamings because they see this as a great economic activity and opportunity. And companies will go and get domiciled in those jurisdictions, follow those jurisdictions' laws, and start making games from there on. I hope India also opens up. Being a, I am very passionate about seeing India emerge as a great player in this segment. And with as India emerges, I think that would be something I would love to see and adapt. But given that the history, how we take up regulations, we all know it could take years before we get there.
True, true that, true that. Okay, one more for you, Rashmi. So, considering Born to Die is a PC game, now knowing the mobile gaming industry is at its peak and will keep growing, of course. What was the idea behind going for a PC or console-based game?
Right. So, so I think the path which you're following is similar to what PUBG had done in the past. We are going PC first, mobile next, and console coming in the next versions. The reason is very simple. It is easier to so the game that we have made is console ready. What I mean by console ready is the graphics and the characters and everything is 4K, 8K ready, which you can play on a really big screen on consoles in general, right? Now it is easier from there to scale down and start putting it out for different screen sizes and resolutions and everything. So as we scale down, PC is the first one with all the activities, all the actions getting coded. That's also the arena where most of the hardcore gamers are. Now, if we win that hardcore gamers aspect, I'm pretty sure mobile is following really fast behind it. It will not be too many months before we get the mobile version out. And console is really depending on the market or the console makers to give us the permission to go and build a play to earn version there. So I hope, that's why I said I hope we become the first FPS shooter game on console with
Nice.
play to earn in it.
Super, super. We'll take one final one from Varun today, Rashmi. So, as you mentioned, that 99% of NFTs won't even be there in existence or of any use in a couple of years. If that's the case, then how will metaverses thrive or even make a difference as a new vertical that we are seeing?
Great question. So I will take you back to 2017. 2017, 2018 saw a deluge of ICOs and coins coming out. I myself invested into hundreds of projects and lost on all of them mostly. Matic being the only exception where I invested and it turned out and delivered the product, right? But that did not mean that the ICOs stopped coming or the cryptos, coins, or the industries stopped coming. There are many products which have come out, which have delivered, which have done great over the past few years, right? The same adoption curve, the same curve will be also available on NFTs as well. Now, why I say NFTs will die out, it's not because I'm something against NFTs per se. It's mostly because most of the NFTs that we see today are hyped up, and the only reason we are seeing a 10K project where it is great art, so-called art, is that because they are aping others' projects, no pun intended, aping Bored Ape, trying to say Bored Ape became popular, so I can also become popular without really thinking through what's going to happen in the journey ahead, right? Most of the benefits of the use cases that we see today are mediocre at best and downright laughable at the worst in general. So obviously, that's not going to sustain the test of time. That said, I am always happy to be surprised with a few ones coming up and making it big. But as an investor, as a person, I would not bet and try to lose money here. I would say and understand how it is getting used in NFTs here per se, right? One of the cases that I see now that is doesn't mean that NFT as a technology is bad. NFT at the end of the day is technology. What we are seeing, the NFT PFP arts, is what I'm saying is going to die down in general, right? NFT as a technology is really big and has proven itself right now. So what we'll see is more and more real world artifacts, real world art, real world products will start having NFTs integrated into that to show a proof of ownership. That is possible. The second one is digital art. There was no way to sell real high quality digital what people used to spend hours, days, even months to build a digital art, similar to a offline art. And that will start getting appreciated and getting valued a lot more. It's not going to be the same like earlier. The digital what was, there was no way to prove that the ownership or control that is now solved with technology. Hence, NFT in digital art is going to be a real good use cases. The third use case that I believe is going to be really big happening is in the gaming space. Why gaming space? It's not going to be the same way how we see in Web 2, all the gaming products like a skin, a sticker, all of those people think can become an NFT. It will not. That model of NFT is not going to scale. That model of NFT is not going to have liquidity into the system, and hence the demand for that will crash, right? And hence the value for that will crash. The model for NFT, like I said, the economic model is part of that is also NFT, needs to be rethought from ground zero. And with that, what would happen is people will be able to see use cases of NFT into games, and not just into one game, but we'll see interoperability across different games. And we'll see NFT as a use case has happened, like will become great in the gaming space as well. These are the three different use cases I see of NFTs. So NFTs are not going anywhere. The deluge of NFT PFP projects that we see, 10K projects with so many different characters, so many different combinations coming in every day. That's what I feel is going to go out.
Nice. Okay, we'll take one last one, Rashmi. So this one's by Aditya. I heard Angry Birds failed in 50 plus product launches before succeeding. How difficult is it to succeed in gaming and metaverses with such large target audiences?
So Angry Birds failed when products or games were really there were too many competitions over there, and it was not clicking as a game. And it was not Angry Birds, but different versions, different products. I haven't gone through the list of what kind of games they had launched, or I don't know if that is public either. Now gaming as an industry essentially means that it's a space where you need to really, like I said, right, you might come for the rewards, but you'll stay for the gameplay. If the gameplay is not good enough, no one is going to stay there. You will fail ultimately. Now that's where the game economics comes in, the gameplay comes in, the psychology aspects come in, the game design comes in. Like there's 100 different things that has come together to make the game work. And as we see, we will also see similar things on the blockchain also. Now, if I put my neck out and say this, if Axie Infinity would have come on a Web2 platform, they would have failed as well. The reason they succeeded is because they took advantage of a new platform, a new opportunity out there, and they were the only choice available. Hence, we found millions of gamers rushing to that, not because they were enjoying playing Axie Infinity, but because they were making a living out of it. Lower economy models like in Philippines, to a certain extent Vietnam and India, they started playing that game and earning thousands of rupees per day or per month, multiple thousands, tens of thousands of rupees per month. And that made a really good model to move forward, right? We are seeing new industries built around that. There is a concept called as guilds, I think, which probably Joseph will talk after this talk. There's an entire industry getting set up around gaming, around play to earn gaming, and that would have not been possible without the success of Axie Infinity. So although I may not like the game Axie Infinity, but I love what they have done for the industry. They have unlocked a big potential industry, and that is going to just move forward from here and without stopping.
Thank you so much, Rashmi. This has been a great session. Is there anything that you'd like to share with us finally to conclude the session or probably give a shout out to Born to Die?
Sure. So I think Born to Die, I think I've shown the video. We would love to build it with public. We would love to take your feedback. Do join check it on Twitter. Do join the Discord channel. Love to talk to everyone, hear your thoughts as we keep on revealing, as we keep on taking the project forward. We'd love to hear that. That's something I'd like to on one side. On a larger note, I would like say for an industry, for a ecosystem in general, gaming as an use case is going to explode in the next few years. We are just getting started, just scratching the surface right now. If you are a techie, if you are someone who is passionate about gaming, this is something that they are not just coding. There are multiple different arenas available here. And if you start putting, like I said, talked about coding is one part of the gaming coding. There's another blockchain coding over here for gaming, which you have to go integrate into gaming projects. Third is economy design, like it. So if you're an economy student, if you are good at building quant models, that is something that will come in there. There is a investment into NFTs and trading of NFTs. The trading aspects is going to become really big around gaming. There are guilds getting formed where you play the games and make money over there, and you don't have to invest. That's getting built as well. And guilds, of course, are different businesses coming up. Now, gaming will also bring in metaverse, in which you on metaverse there will be businesses getting set up as the economics coming. So there's a uh, opportunities galore out there, and if you just keep your eyes open and ears and keep on hearing, I'm pretty sure this is going to change the next 5-10 years, and you would be on the forefront of that. Don't miss out on this opportunity. I hope something good comes out of this at the end, but don't invest everything into this thing. Like I always say, in terms of advice, only invest as much as you can afford to lose. That is 5 to 10% of your portfolio at best, and learn, get in. Don't get into the FOMO. Don't go into what people are saying about different coins. Say, if you don't do this, you'll go 100x. And if you see something, I think Ansel also spoke about this previous speaker. So if you hear something to be too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Don't fall into those scams. Thanks.
Thank you, Rashmi. This was absolutely great and brilliant advice, guys. I shall re-quote what Rashmi just said. Only invest how much you can afford to lose. I think that's some great advice. Thanks, Rashmi. We shall definitely keep in touch, and all the very best for Born to Die. Definitely looks super exciting. Thank you so much for joining us today again.